Thanks for jumping into another podcast episode brought to you by BAD Tabletop Gaming. Your hosts are Bill, Armin, Andy, and Dan. If you are a new listener, welcome and thank you for your support. If you're a returning listener, welcome back and thank you for your support. Before we kick this new episode, we want to take a moment to thank our sponsors. Tony at Hammerhead Games, who has a variety of MDF and plastic cut gaming essentials from army trays to objectives and much, much more. And Matt at Pop Goes the Monkey, who has a large inventory of top-notch upgrade bits and specialized add-ons for the models in your collection. Links for both pages can be found in the descriptions of our videos. Lastly, if you like what we are doing, please like, share, and subscribe. Also hit us up in the comments, as we love all the feedback you give us to help us improve the channel and podcasts.
Tuning in, we're doing a little hobby session talking about some upcoming 9th Warhammer 40k, what we're building and just hanging out.
Definitely be pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I've been looking at, well, I'm sure majority of us have been looking at the Space Marines and whatnot for 9th. But got a couple ideas. I was talking with Bill earlier about the Carcharodons. Thinking of doing them.
I thought you were playing Ultramarines, Randy.
I bought the Ultramarine stuff, but that might be for a later date. But I was reading some of their fluff, and it was just like, this would be pretty cool.
And, if you do that, you got to do all the tribal tattoos, right?
Not all the tribal tattoos.
All the tattoos.
All the tribal tattoos.
No.
If you think Andy should do all the tattoos, comment. Yes.
you can't do too much.
What do you mean? 100%.
No. But it'd be a fun paint job to do for sure.
Oh yeah.
So. But then it's like, there's rumors that their successor chapter of Raven Guard, right?
Oh, are they?
That's what I read and whatnot, but
I think it mentions it in the wiki.
Yeah, what would you run it out of? Would you just
make your own?
You have options,
Build
right?
a bear. Don't even pick a successor. Just build your own.
Well, that's
you get to pick 2 options.
It's true. It really depends. There's a lot of different ways you can build your own successor traits. So
yeah, so that'd be good. That'd be fun to play around with for 9th.
Well, speaking of just like building your own traits, there was some hotness dropping about a few different factions, primarily the Imperial Guard, which we were told a little bit about. I know you were mentioning it, Dan, that the
new hotness?
Yeah, they're so hot right now. So, enlighten us.
On how hot they are?
Yeah.
You mean blast weapons being able to shoot, or being, 5 to 6? Or sorry, 6 to 10. You just D3, you get 3, and then you get to roll. Anything above 3, you get to keep.
Yeah, so
right?
Minimum 3 all the time. 3 hits, I should say. And they're always gonna get some pretty sweet stuff.
And if the unit count is over 11 that you're targeting, then it's just the full D6 or full whatever your whatever your weapon is profile. So blast weapons are abundant, as far as I know, in Imperial Guard.
No.
It'll definitely be interesting to see what kind of goodies they get. So.
Also, being able to shoot into combat, Imperial Guard's tanks can actually fight now. I know blast weapons can't really fight in combat, but you do have pintle mounted weapons and sponsons on like Russes and stuff. So
yeah.
they actually get to fight back.
Yeah,
definitely
pretty good.
Also, heavy weapons don't affect vehicles anymore.
Oh yeah, for the move and shoot penalty, right?
Yeah, so everyone's a Talaran now or Iron Hands, right?
Yeah,
so,
true.
That was in the faction focus that dropped this week.
Oh no, that was a long time ago. That was like a week ago that they dropped the heavy thing. I'm just naming off why they're so hot. Also, line of sight. A lot of Imperial Guard tanks don't need line of sight, and trains have become a big thing in ninth.
This is true,
especially with those obscured buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be like some rules that are pretty much just going to take care of that, right?
Don't wreck it, Andy. And then
what's that? What?
Don't get that the guard are just going to have to still get penalties of shooting if they're out of line of sight or something. They already hit on 4s.
Yeah.
What else makes them hot? What else has come out that's
What was in that faction focus? I know you're all pumped about that.
It just talked about it just talked about some stratagems, but those were already in the what you call it, Psychic Awakening.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So like Lehman Russes can shoot, Lehman Russes, they get the full, they can get their full D6 when shooting vehicles. It's one stratagem. I think it's called Hail of Fire, which is nice. And then there's like splash damage for Hellhounds, so they ignore cover, which I think they should have had anyways.
Yeah, you would think.
Fair enough.
They are flame weapons, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Needless to say, Dan's been totally analyzing his books to make the killer force of Imperial Guard with just these tidbits that are coming out. So.
I think I'm like everyone else. I've played them forever, and they've always just been in my closet, and never built or painted. Or sorry, never painted. And now's the time. Gotta jump on that wave while it's still high.
It's hot.
That is
true. When it's hot. Yeah.
That is true.
Well, you'll have fun with that for sure. It'll be pretty good. Yeah. All these little new rules and whatnot coming out that we're getting snippets of. I wonder if what's that? The whole horde thing. I wonder if something's going to change with that. If there's going to be like the big blob units. Does. Because it really seems against them, I guess. But
Bill's been a long time orc player, and now there's no point in even playing orcs anymore.
Well, it's just
hordes get hurt by blast.
For what I have, right, I'm working on some executioners right now, and then I have orcs and Death Guard to choose from. And honestly, I don't know. I'm not really feeling my orcs right now. I've got whack of bikes, a ton of boys and whatnot. I do have Vigilus. I've been kind of following along, Prophecy of the Beast, everything like that, but or Sega of the Beast. But I don't know. Death Guard are looking pretty good, especially with that new Fabius Psychic Awakening, War of the Spider book, and it could be it could be pretty sweet to rock those guys first. Like, just finished painting my Black Legion for when we were doing Noob Lords, and picked up my War of the Spider and Fabius Bile, and I was like, I should be building Primaris, but I kind of want to build this instead. So I fought the power though. I'm still on the Primaris train, so.
Nice.
It'll be good. Get things rolling.
Mm-hmm. Now is the time to jump on any new projects. kind of thing before 9th comes out. Oh, sorry. I don't know if it's the right time, but it's a time to start something new.
Yeah, that's true.
The right time would be after the book drops, but
I know we're all doing something different, so
yeah,
it'll be good to see fun projects and have nights like these where we're just chilling out and doing our thing.
Yep.
Building, painting, all that jazz, talking.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes talking smack to each other, but you know, that's what we do.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't know. Just excited to see what else is coming. Really.
Yeah.
I
definitely am as well. It's an exciting time for 9th. It sounds like it's going to be just like right off the chain. So I'm pretty stoked to see what the next couple weeks bring.
Definitely. Oh, there's a lot of hype about it right now, even like in the community here and stuff. You know, a few guys, whatever, that are just nonstop going about it, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So what else did they really say? You know, what they came out with, kind of thing, for those little releases. I haven't really been following them all, but
the like faction focus and like little rule peaks and stuff.
Yeah. What else really changed? Like what else?
Well, if you haven't checked it out yet, you know, Tau does indeed get Overwatch, and shame on you for thinking they didn't. You know, shame on you. So yeah, they're coming back for the greater good, still applies and whatnot, and they'll still do well in the Overwatch phase. So
crazy. I guess that's their thing, right?
It is their deal. So
yeah, because you're only, from what they said, you're only able to Overwatch once.
Return because it's a command point. Yeah, because it's a command point.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, it's gonna be some risk reward action there.
Yeah.
Did they come out with something with flyers as well?
Oh, yeah. Fly. Yeah, it's changed.
You just ignore the whole model. It doesn't block anything.
You can't fall back and shoot anymore either.
No?
No.
I missed that.
So
could you normally to like assault a flyer, you would, or I guess have the keyword fly?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. You'd still need that? Like, does that change anything in you think in 9th? Or does that kind of seem the same?
It's hard to say.
It'll be the same.
It's hard to say. Yeah, it should. Well, more likely it'll be the same, but.
Gotcha.
So things like assault marines and Tau crisis suits and should be able to assault it. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't really remember what they were saying about it. I just remember them saying like that flyers pretty much became not real objects. You can just walk over their bases and stuff. You can't stop on them. Well, you just ignore them. Like if they're in the way, you just go through them.
Gotcha.
Just a plane, right? Just flying over above, so
yeah,
kind of adds a little bit more immersion to that, right? Like flyers are just doing their job, just flying around.
You just can't stop on their base or like in the model itself.
Yeah,
not terrible,
but
that's not bad at all. And then being able to start her off the board again, right?
Yeah.
So.
Do you think that's going to be a command point, or it just happens? I can't remember. That was like one of the first things that came out.
I can't remember, but if it just happened, it'd be nice, because, you know.
That's the way they used to be?
Yeah.
Because it sucked. You know, you have this flyer on the board. Sure, they get a negative to hits, but they still died real easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be cool to see how it goes. I'm just looking forward to like the new outflank and how those rules are going to interact, and
Oh yeah.
Change the strategies, right? Especially on the smaller tables. I think it'll be quite a lot of fun. How everything's gonna break down.
Well, you gotta wait till the community builds up this really strong meta and then destroy it, and then everyone's equal again.
Just destroy it.
Well, everyone had their own gimmicks and plans, and Ninth is kind of changing all that.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. We seen. Does it seem like they're kind of maybe taking stuff from like competitive scenes and just
a lot of it's from the ITC.
Yeah.
So
There's
that's what I've been hearing a lot of guys talking about that, right? It's just seems like maybe guys out there who've been in those scenes have like used and abused those rules maybe, and now they're just kind of smoothing them out or trying to just make it clear for everybody.
Yeah.
What?
Well, you never get a stress test like you do at an event, right? Like
exactly.
It's good. So, and having all these different groups involved in the playtesting, I'm sure has been quite important too in the development. So, should be pretty sweet.
I was gonna say, I don't think GW is making things very clear with the way they're writing everything.
It's like the takeaway makes sense. It's the way that they're going on with this.
Writing a whole paragraph or one rule?
Yeah, this ongoing sentence, just going into such detail. But I think you have to have it go into that detail just to make it just as crystal clear as possible.
Gotcha.
It's like it's just 1 millimeter. Yeah, if you're 1 mil in to that train in any way, like firing through, it's just 1 mil, just one line. That's it. It's enough. So it just tries to make it as like crystal clear again.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see
how it all goes. Just be exciting to bust out the new book and start playing.
Oh yeah,
playing that stuff and watching all the, like Dan said, like the meta and the guys with their little combos that they come up with, and have our minds blown of stuff that we don't even realize, you know. I don't know. I'm sure I'll be finding out a lot about that, especially after our last New Lords.
Yeah, maybe Fate Weaver will actually survive one turn.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh man.
But
I guess because he can stand behind a building that's 5 inches tall. Oh wait, what's his wounds? Does that? Yeah.
Don't worry about his wounds, okay?
If it's what 18 or more, don't matter.
Yeah. So if he's at 18,
yeah, you're sad.
He's also like because he's also like what 2 feet tall.
2 feet tall. Something like that.
It's a massive model for sure. Looks great though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a beautiful model. Greater demons that they made are just really well done. So, but yeah, you guys gonna get like new dice for your new armies?
Why?
I don't know.
Because your dice are rigged, Dan. That's why.
Oh, you were using them at the end.
Yeah, they worked for you, didn't they?
Yeah, but did they work for you?
Look at me fails. No.
Oh man.
Funny.
Well, when there's 103 shots, you're gonna fail at least 16 of them.
No man. Just deny that. It's all good fun. So Dan, what are you planning to put in that army? Just all tanks or what?
Oh yeah, for the most part. That's what I mostly got.
Yeah.
I just built up my 8 Lehman Russes that I had in my closet. And then I got a whole bunch of Wyverns. Finished my Hydras that I had lying around. What else did I do? Oh, I built up. Yeah, I was pretty much like this whole week. I've just been finishing up my Imperial Guard. Just like giving them pintle-mounted weapons and stuff
Finishing
like that.
touches.
Yeah, basically, just so I can get them ready to start painting.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so they should be ready fairly soon. I'm hoping to get it done before 9th. Then when that box set drops out, because that's what's going to happen. As soon as that box set drops out, the Indominus box set, I'm
Yep.
going to forget my wife and the rest of my Warhammer. So I gotta get as much done as I can.
Yeah. Before the Marines take over.
Yeah.
Pretty much, eh?
Should be good.
Now that box set has, on both sides, very nice looking models, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
So everybody and anybody who's interested in those armies, they are definitely going to be super hyped.
Yeah.
As someone who
Pumped up.
started playing started playing the hobby with Necrons, seeing those they're way out of the park. Or sorry, yeah, they hit the ball out of the park compared
Yeah.
to what even 6th edition Necrons were or are. They just took it to that next level.
Yeah.
So
You end up getting pretty tempted with all those nice new models that come out, right? And like you said, start a new army. It's a good time.
yeah, basically.
Nice new
Mine's
model.
just to build another Marine army.
Yeah.
Because they're
So
just
many
so
of them.
fun.
So
I
many.
decided, because I was him and Han, because those models look like Templar models. I was like, man, those just scream Templar, and I'm like, I can't just play another Black Army.
No.
Yeah. Oh, you had one. You
got
did
Iron
not
Hands.
have
Yeah, Raven Guard.
Raven Guard.
So I was just like, you know what, I gotta do something different.
Yeah. Well, that'd
And
be nice.
since they're mostly combat oriented, and I have a fond love for Blood Angels, I'm just gonna paint them all red.
Nice.
Perfect.
So
Yeah, you have a fair bit of it too, right? So
yeah, and for Horus Heresy, yeah, and I have all these bits, and the plan is to, because the helmets they're Mark IV, the helmets, so
yep.
the plan is just to switch over all the helmets to Horus Heresy helmets.
It
Very
works.
nice.
Gives them that little difference, right?
Yeah. No, it'll work quite nice, I think. Doing the same with those executioners, so.
Yeah, because you're using the Imperial Guard helmets, or Mark IV or 3, sorry.
Yeah, the Imperial Fist ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Transhuman upgrades only, buddy, not Imperial Guard.
Oh, yeah, Imperial Fist. Sorry.
So
You
yeah,
want the little
mini helmets.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Make them look like Thunder Warriors.
I guess, yeah.
I have seen those. I have seen those upgrades. Those aren't bad. Those aren't bad.
Some good-looking stuff out there that people make. See what people do for the whole Crusade thing.
Yeah, I'm curious to what the actual full rules are for those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If like what they're saying, where you can start a Crusade and have your characters kind of like
Progress?
almost advance and whatnot, or
Yeah.
Digress? Yeah.
Exactly. Like,
Cause,
yeah, let's put him in a dreadnought. Okay.
Because that's what happens when he dies, isn't it? The possibility of
From what I read,
reanimating as a dreadnought?
yeah, there's ways that you can like gain experience and develop your character, and you can get interred into a dreadnought. And I was like, well, that sounds amazing.
I gotta buy a separate dreadnought just to make him special looking, eh? An HQ dreadnought?
That'll be alright. Just some make it look
Yeah,
custom.
well, that's just it. People's armies, if a lot of people, which it sounds like, are totally down to do Crusade. You're going to get these custom looking miniatures, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a dreadnought, but it's this guy's dreadnought, right? It's his character that fell or whatever. So,
Yeah. Well, Bjorn looks different than
awesome.
the rest of the dreadnoughts, right?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And then you have like Red Scorpion's Cullen.
Oh yeah.
He's in what is it? Leviathan?
Leviathan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
He's
is
got the twin assault cannons.
is that I think that's the first name Leviathan, is it not?
No? Well, Bjorn. Oh, Leviathan, yeah.
Leviathan, yes.
Yeah.
I
So
was going to say dreadnoughts, there's a whole bunch.
oh, definitely, yeah, there is. But Leviathan wow, the Redemptor, big enough as it is.
Yeah, I think it's a beast.
I was looking at some pictures the other day, and they had like the box knot beside it, and it doesn't even compare. Like it's like, wow, that thing is small compared to that. So
Looks like a child. You've seen those memes. Don't talk to me or my son again. Oh man.
Is that from Epic?
I think if the rules work out, I think we're gonna end up doing a crusade on the channel.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, if everything is as awesome as it sounds, we'll definitely be busting that out because it's gonna be sweet.
So are you guys planning on building a character, like an actual cool character, or just being like this captain here that everyone else has got a name?
Of course, I'm gonna build a character.
Yeah.
Are you gonna make your own character, make him fancy?
Oh yeah, I'm building him right now.
Because you have all those Pop Goes the Monkey pieces, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, there's a bunch of them here. So some of these upgrade bits are gonna look pretty legit, I think.
Because those guys, the Pop Goes the Monkey guys, make all those like conversion bits, right? And the shoulder pads, and if you want successor chapters, they do that. They do a lot of like icon stuff for.
Yeah, successor chapters or Death Watch. Those guys are your friends, man. Like they will hook you up with tons of bits.
It's pretty nice stuff, man.
They're clean, right? And
just glue and prime it. You're good to go.
But yeah,
I've
definitely.
I've gotten stuff from them. What were you gonna say, Andy?
Well, just touching base on what you're asking about. You know, definitely building your own characters, and I think I've always tried to do that with whatever army I've made.
Yeah.
You know, and just even though there hasn't really been like crusade rules or nothing like that, but to have that, you know, your general is always, I don't know about you guys, but I know when I was growing up and playing all the time, it was like your general, your model, your force commander, that was you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
for sure,
to make it now that you have all these cool bits and models that you can convert, and of course ideas on the internet.
Yeah.
Now's the time. Like,
well, a lot of supplements too give you a character name, a randomator if you want.
Right.
Or you can pick a name. So if you're like, oh, I can't figure out what kind of Ultramarine name I want, but you can go to this thing and it's got like, what is it, like 64 names or something, or
like Cornelius,
32 on each side,
Snoopy
and then you
Pants.
just roll. Yeah, you just roll 2 dice and you pick a name. You can generate a name for you, or you can just pick a first name and a last name from them.
Yep. They used to do similar things of that, and maybe not so much names, but like they used to have like the text in the back of the book for that race, right? For that, like Eldar text or whatever, and then you were able to like kind of make your own
like
text,
the
or
alphabet name. Or vocabulary, and stuff like that.
So it's interesting that they're.
Well, it's nice that they're kind of going back to that a little bit in those supplements, right? There's a lot of love to it, like especially I come from 2nd edition, basically. Started that super long time ago, but you know, all the old school canon and fluff and everything was in those White Dwarfs that would come out monthly with those, chapter organization articles and whatnot, and now it's just exploded and continued to push, and like now 9th, it feels crazy how far it's come. And there are some rules in it though that really do feel like kind of 3rd edition, like they're kind of doing a throwback, so it's interesting to see how it's developing. I'm just excited to get my hands on that book. I won't lie.
I've been laughing in my head a little bit about, so what are they gonna call, so this is 9th, but Fantasy 9th is also 9th. So, or is it 9th Age?
No, 9th Age is a different one.
A video game?
No,
So,
there's like a separate, like a third party 9th Age system.
yeah, that's
for
the fantasy game, right?
Yeah.
With the whole block system and
so old fantasy.
So is it called 9th Age?
That one is.
So is it?
Yeah.
It's called 9th Age. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, oh, it's gonna get confusing when everyone's like 9th this, 9th that.
There's only one 9th you need to know. That's 40k, boys.
I guess. And then it's 10th. It'll be like, the 10th will be like X edition or something.
Yeah, be hardcore.
Well, I saw a comment on, I saw your comment earlier, Bill, about Firstborn.
Yeah.
Firstborn on Facebook, and it turned into a huge conversation, and I guess we could talk about that, how people, do we think that 9th is going to slowly wean out, not Firstborn, if you don't know Firstborn, it's basically a nickname that people have given to like the old Space Marines that aren't Primaris.
Yeah.
And do we think they're going to get booted or slowly weaned out?
For sure. So how the conversation was is, do you think we're going to get a Primaris drop pod or some type of item like that? And
yeah,
a lot of guys are like, yes, no, maybe. So, everyone's kind of throwing in their 2 cents. And I was like, I don't really think so. It'll kind of make the Impulsor a little bit useless. Like, they have a really nice rapid speed transport along with the repulsor variants and whatnot, and kind of got into the thing, and they're like, oh, well, rhinos and drop pods were a thing, and I was like, I'm aware they're a thing. I do play Horus Heresy. I know they are cool. I said, I don't see them, giving love like that to Primaris. Primaris Marines feel they're very, even though they have like, hover tech and whatnot, they feel very ground-based game. I don't see them just coming in on hardcore like drop pods and stuff. Although, let's be real, drop pods are what makes Space Marines awesome, right?
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I don't see it. I think they'll encourage you, like, yeah, buy that. Play with those Forge World Storm Eagles and stuff. That's cool, but that's about it. Like,
I don't know. I agree. I think they're kind of done with Firstborn, and I think it's all going to be new Primaris stuff. And I think some of the old technology is going to, get thrown to the side, and you'll never see drop pods again or box knots. I think eventually they won't make box knots or drop pods, and and then the next generation won't even know what a drop pod is, and we'll be the old guys going, I lived in the day when you could do drop pods and like we could do this and that, right?
Yeah, I was there.
The youngins.
I was there when I could drop pod my wolves.
I think they're getting rid of it.
It's no different than one of Bill's favorite races of the squats.
No, they're not my favorite, and they are not.
People are like, the what?
Yeah,
the squats.
They're space dwarves. They're space. Let me rephrase that. They're space biker dwarves.
But yeah,
that looked like greasy, bearded like mechanics / pirates, and it was like, what the hell? Like, when they disappeared, it was for a good reason, you guys.
Are you talking about squats?
Yeah. See. Yeah, that's exactly.
Because I got booted there for a second.
Oh, Zaneach
came back
trickery.
came back into Greasy Beards. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
You were talking about drop tops for a second there.
Yeah, but notice how you knew it was squats. See, everybody? See? That's how I know. Notice how you knew, yeah. So like I said, that's why they got rid of them. For a good reason. Oh, man.
They still exist, they still acknowledge they exist.
There's a couple mercs kicking around here and there.
Oh,
what was that Christmas model that they brought out? It was like a little dwarf.
Well, Gromdenball, that's different though. That's the white dwarf, you know.
No, but there's two. I think there's two Necromunda mercs
that are dwarves.
Yeah.
Oh, those subhuman.
Which
ammo guy.
Honestly, they look really, really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I.
What about ratlings? Aren't ratlings basically squats?
No.
Those are halflings. Yeah. One of them's, I'm for sure, one of them's called Frodo, right? Like, still got the ring on and everything.
Yeah, they've always been part of the guard lineup, but you don't really see them that much, so everything else is in there that's better. Yeah, as for like going back to the firstborn, I wonder if there might be like eventually like a purge, like another little civil war kind of thing.
Guilliman's orchestrating it, that's for sure.
Kind of like the Thunder Warriors when Heresy started.
Oh,
yeah,
pretty
much.
What was it called? Oh no, that was the planet Earth when he was trying to take over the Earth. The Emperor.
Oh, the Unification Wars?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's when the Custodes did their thing.
Basically, yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Custodians always do their thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They kill Primaris Marines too, don't they?
Grey Shields, yeah.
Who was it?
Oh, there's a story a little while ago that popped off that Custodes were in transit with a bunch of green shields, and they're basically Primaris that haven't been assigned. Like, they've been assigned, but they haven't been inducted into a chapter yet. So they're floating along and kind of going up in the upper atmosphere, and they're like, oh wow, like something happens, and they're like, oh my god, these guys are all like renegades or traitors, and they're like, oh, we gotta deal with them. And then the Custodian's like, oh, we better kill these Grey Shields too, because they're sent to be their boys, right? And they have no contact with that chapter, but you know, because they were said, hey, you're gonna reinforce them. That was enough reason for the Custodians to take them out.
You guys are Marines. You'll follow suit.
Yeah, we don't trust you. It's like, we've been on the ship with you the whole time. No. Time to die, right? And it's just.
Do they say what chapter that is?
You said Grey Shields. Oh, you mean the ones that they found were traitor?
Brazen
Claws?
Brazen Claws? Yeah, I think it was Brazen Claws.
Not the Iron Hands.
Yeah.
Interesting. Have to make space for another chapter, because they don't have enough on their posters. Yeah, we need a space for something else. Let's get rid of these guys. Yeah, that's interesting that little story came out. Is that like an official story, or is that a?
Yeah, that was a G-Dub one.
Oh, was they?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what they're all about.
Yeah, no doubt. Then of course having the Custodes there, it's like.
Yeah, I'd be leery about those.
Well, even in the Horus Heresy books, they were literally like they're their own unit, but as soon as a Space Marine got in their way, they were like, "Okay, get out of my way. You're dead."
Yeah. Act with impunity.
Yeah, basically, they were basically their own police, right?
Yeah.
They barely listen to Primarchs.
Mm-hmm. I am looking forward to Pariah coming out. I think that'll have some cool fluff in it anyways.
No doubt. Isn't that with the new Inquisitor as well?
Yeah, Stern and I can't remember the other character's name. And then the Inquisitor, whatever her name is. The Xeno Inquisitor.
The one with the dragon or wyvern looking thing.
Yeah, Xeno Lover with the shrieking pistol. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, the pistol.
Bald one with the fist.
Yeah.
Be some new stuff for Inquisition in that book, obviously.
Oh yeah. Be interesting.
For sure. I looked at their word bearers. The White Dwarf version, or the Inquisitor, like the updated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't very good. It was just
no.
It was a lot of build your own bear stuff. Like you can take this character and he gives you this kind of thing. But it didn't. I don't know. It didn't really seem as inquisitory as some of the other books used to. Maybe because they don't have models for a lot of those things anymore.
Could be.
Oh yeah, that's a range. That's a range that needs a huge overhaul.
Yeah.
They could do it, and people would buy it, even if it's
for
just,
sure.
10 models or something, right?
Yeah.
No, like definitely. A Black Fortress kind of thing. They can even turn it into a mini game where you're trying to fight, some of the Black Fortress kind of things.
Well, they'd be pretty much like the Death Watch, right? They have their own kind of thing going on.
You can do it almost like what's it called? That game, the board game where you board the ship and you're the Blood
Space
Angels.
Hulk.
Space Hulk. But just have chaos instead, right? And then it'd almost be like the Inquisitor game.
Yeah,
it's true.
It's true. That is true. But see how that goes. I'm sure they have other stuff ahead of that for sure.
Oh yeah.
More lieutenants.
More lieutenants, and then they got to forget about every Xeno army.
What Xeno army right now you think needs an upgrade? Model wise.
Orcs, Eldar.
Yeah.
Tau's okay.
Tau's been revamped, pretty good.
They get new stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I think Tyranids are good.
Well, I was gonna say, I think Tyranids might actually need a bit of love. Like, their big monsters are new, but their basic troops have been around for.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. For years.
I could agree with that. Yeah. I think, honestly, I think orcs need a lot of love. Not just because you play them, but in general, because they still sell pewter models for them.
Yeah. Well, failed cast, but make no mistake, it would be nice for extra love because I do play them. I'd be okay with that. I would.
Well, there's definitely a few units out there that, like, you really need to get a new kit for these, like Khorne Berserkers.
Yeah. Those are terrible.
Well, those are just as bad as Catachin.
Yeah, Catachin. I'm on the Imperial Guard page, and that's all they scream for. It's like, why do Space Marines get all this new stuff, and yet Catachins still look like, giant monster humans?
Custodes?
Yeah, steroids, basically. Man. Steroids.
So
working on their fitness.
They get a sergeant, but
and what was the other model they came out with? That chick.
Vasquez.
Yeah, they gave it with a lady sergeant, and then they came out with that one sergeant with the power fist.
Carl Weathers from Predator. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's impossible to get unless you want to spend $300.
Yeah, that I was hoping they were gonna have more. That got kind of released. It was unfortunate that it was such a limited thing.
Yeah. But I don't get it because they're not even making the money. Sure, they're selling them all for what, $50 or $60 when it first came out. But as soon as it hits eBay, they're not making the $300.
No,
I
but
don't get it.
Well,
I wouldn't pay the 300.
at the time they were, I think they were sold, not even sold to the stores, they were given to trade stores.
Yeah.
To help them with the COVID crisis and stuff.
What, the one model?
1 to 2 based on allocation and whatnot, but a lot of stores did raffles and whatnot to sell and generate proceeds.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, I guess you can do it that way.
But
That makes sense.
yeah, still having more, right? Where you could mass produce it. It's plastic. It probably costs 30 cents to make. You know, it's just
What they can do with all the plastic stuff is just crazy. But yeah, a lot of models that would be nice to get revamps.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather see revamps than new models, to be honest.
Well, it was funny because when the Necron stuff started getting, like when it dropped, it was probably maybe a week and a half, and I had just unloaded the little bit of Necrons that I had.
You just sold some,
And I was like, damn, these new models come out, and I'm like, whoo, that's it's pretty cool, convenient, but those new models just look amazing, right? Like,
well, yeah, because they redid the Warriors.
Exactly. That's exactly it, And I don't know, for me, I've always been the basic troop has to look pretty damn good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, it was just, well, okay, you're playing Space Marines. Usually, you're in a pretty good zone with them because they always get the love, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when your only option is to play either, like we were saying before, the big lumpy catechins, or play as Cadians, because those are your only plastic kits, unless you want to go with
Third party.
third party or just the old kits that they have, which.
Oh, you're talking about like the pewter stuff and the. I guess it's probably. Yeah.
You'd be surprised though. All that old stuff is for guard guys. They love that stuff. But if they
I don't know.
Okay, maybe not you, Dan, but
I'm not saying me, but I'm on the guard page right now, and they're screaming for new plastic models.
Oh, of course they are.
For troops.
Of course they are. It's because it's time.
Yeah.
Right? It's time for them, for sure. And like I said before in past conversations, they could really combo up on 2 regiments per box kind of thing, right? Like,
yeah.
Oh, you can build Valhallans, or you could build the Vestroyan Firstborn, that kind of thing, right? Which I think would be cool. And if they did that, I'd probably buy right into it.
Yeah, so. Valhallans or Steel Legion, I think I'd be sold.
Because Talern can be with Cadians, and then I don't know what you would match catechins with.
Chem dogs, if you wanted to.
I guess.
Depends. Like it's. This guy's with plastic.
We all know too that they did the Mordian Iron Guard to be paired up probably with Praetorians. They're literally the same, except their helmets are different. Stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hats and helmets. But yeah, no, and who knows? They can come up with a brand new regiment.
Well, Acadia's dead, so just starting a whole new one.
And they got lots of options. That's for sure.
The not Cadians.
They could do like a militia style army with like leftover Cadians mixing with something else.
Well, Cadians are still around.
Yeah, but their planet's in half.
Well, yeah, but I mean, look at Space Marines. There's fleet based.
Yeah, they can literally jump to a moon and then they're done.
Yeah. So I mean, now they're just kind of everywhere, and yeah, until they're all wiped out, then they're still around. But yeah, they were always a favorite of mine until really that happened. Like, destroyed my regiment. What the? That's okay.
Black Legion, right?
Yeah. They progressed the story, which was cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a little behind in the storyline, but from what I've heard, it sounds pretty awesome.
Because we were talking about it, was it yesterday or today? That I was asking if I thought the Imperial Guard characters were still alive.
Creed,
like
and
Creed
Kel,
and Yark and because
Strachan.
Because as far as I know, they jumped the story like 200 or 300 years to help the Primaris integrate.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll be around or not. It's hard to say.
Yark will be.
Yark, yeah.
So you were saying you think he's a perpetual?
Yeah. Or he's just like souped up on.
They'll put Yark in a dreadnought. He'll be the first non-space marine to be put in a dreadnought.
You think he'll still have his crab claw?
Oh yeah. Either that or the orcs will put him in a Killacan.
They'll just hook him up to the fortress of arrogance or whatever.
Oh god.
He'll be with that war machine until it gets wrecked again. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's a good point. Like, they're gonna write new characters in, which probably will happen because they're always doing that. But are these old characters just kind of diffused out?
Yeah, because I brought up the idea that they're probably just going to never write about them again, and you'll never talk about them. Yeah. That's it.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. You won't even know who they were.
Lets them come out with a whole new line.
Yeah, that's kind of a nice thing.
We'll be those old guys talking to the young guys, going, "Oh yeah, there used to be an Imperial Guard who had an orc power fist and shot lasers out of his one eye."
Yeah.
Right? And you'd be like, "No, that's fake." And it's like, "No, it happened.
Yeah.
I was there."
Yeah, settle down, Grandpa. Yeah. You made that character up. Yeah, you made that character when you were like 10 years old. That's enough. You're like, what?
Well, it's like what's his name? Colonel Schaefer in the Penal Legion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have that model still. It'd be a good officer model, but yeah, like, there's no really. I don't think there's any rules for him, and just people will be like, "Who's this guy?"
Yeah.
So, Tanith first.
Yeah.
Those guys as well. So, those guys probably be hooked up with Catechin.
Face down.
Well, I guess conscripts can be hooked up with Catechin. They look prisoner-y, right? With the ripped up clothes and.
Yeah. But if they redid Catechin, I can probably guarantee you they'd be not so big and bulky like the current models.
Yeah, if they made them more like the command squad.
Yeah.
They'd have a winner right there, I think.
But what's funny is if they redid those kits, people would just rebuy them or jump into it. Because I imagine there's a lot of people that are staying away from certain older models because they don't want to deal with them or they don't like them.
Yeah, I know in the past, like, I've had Valhalla, I've had Steel Legion, like all pewter, of course. And yeah, like, going back to wanting to play something different because everybody has, the current kits. It's just when you start looking at the models and you start painting them, and it's like, oh, this guy's face is like just there's nothing to it, or,
Yeah.
or like I can't change without heavily converting a pewter model. And I don't know about Dan, but I know me and Bill know what's that's like from coming from that era where you had like the super hybrid models. And
Oh my.
I think I built a what's his name? He's the Chaos Demon that knows all the powers.
Bellicor?
Bellicor.
Yeah. I built his model once, and that was the last time I've ever done pewter. I was like, that's it. I'm never touching pewter.
Yeah.
Really? And he's not even that bad, to be honest.
I know, but he's just all metal.
The
I was
worst.
like, lucky you.
Yeah, the worst I ever built was the old hybrid Thousand Suns with the
Oof.
metal cloaks that glued onto the plastic legs and the metal front half of the chest glued onto a plastic back half with metal heads, plastic arms, and metal shoulder pads, and you just were like, wow, I built one model and this is terrible. It was super bad. That's before accelerant, okay? Like, this is back in the day.
That is very true.
So,
I forgot about that.
I couldn't even imagine the the molds not meeting up with each other.
oh, dude, filing, because you can't just snip it. It's metal, Peter. You gotta file it. Those are tough labor days of GW hobbying.
Apparently, it was a tough model too. Was the Space Marine Thunderfire cannon?
Yeah,
Darren
it was really bad.
Darren was mentioning it to me that he actually, I think it was Darren who said that, but he actually had one that he ended up getting a guy at GW to assemble it for him and fix it
help fix it. Yeah,
I can't remember if it was actually Darren or not,
it was a huge mold slip. Yeah, I do remember a story similar to that.
But just crazy, like, wow. So for all those that missed that era, count your blessings.
Yeah, don't forget to throw in the comments what your personal hell was when you were building Warhammer back in the day.
Well, I mean, I was in the era of the Storm Eagle and the Fire Raptor, so
it's true.
I built 3 or 4 of them now.
That was as a Heresy player, though. You know better than to buy those.
Yeah, definitely.
Because those are a hybrid as well. Well, it's resin and plastic, but if anyone's worked with resin, they know that it's not perfect.
No.
And then you're trying to fit it onto a solid form, hard object. It's tough.
Yeah. Yeah. What happens when an imperfect object meets a perfect plastic object?
You end up with a Storm Eagle.
You do. With green stuff and filing and blow dryer.
It's all twisted and mangled, and you're just like, oh, I'll just spray more paint on it, and it'll straighten out.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy times, but that's the beauty of it is with all these models coming out. Like, gotta give it to GW. They definitely got some top-notch kits. Not as some of them aren't as posable and or like the older Space Marine kits. But being able to assemble them quickly and get them on the board, and they look great, and there's enough different types of poses, and like Primaris Marines are just ridiculously beautiful, right? So, and it's been showing over the last few years that when they really came out with all these new models, and now it's kind of going into the other races, which are pretty cool. The Necrons are going to be just glorified with these new models too. So can't wait to see some of those all nicely done up.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fun. And then Mechanicum got some new stuff too, right?
Yeah, the flyer.
The old like Michelangelo kind of looking Da Vinci kind of things going on there or something.
Oh yeah, the flyers
The
with
flyer.
the bat wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
Exactly.
awesome.
No, they look good. I just don't see how they're usable in the grim dark.
Never mind usable, packable in your case. Those things are
Oh yeah,
they're gonna be a pain.
the
Mm.
flippy
But they
little
look
wings.
awesome. Yeah.
And the hell dogs or whatever they're called.
Oh, that's the cavalry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look pretty neat. Took a page out of Old Empire.
Oh,
Remember those
they're being called the Yeeharis. Yeah, the mechanical horses. Yeah, the Yeeharis.
The Yeehari. That is funny.
It's funny because our favorite guest, Alex, he was talking about how he was trying to find cowboy hats for his models.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny. I better go talk to somebody to 3D print them for him.
Punch them out for him. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Show up. Here you are. What are these? Yeeharis.
Yeah. Special order, bro.
I think I might know somebody who can do that. That's what it's about. The laughs. Yeah.
Oh, there's too much. Lots and lots.
And I guarantee you there's going to be new terrain kits and stuff coming out too, right?
Oh yeah.
Think so?
With new terrain rules?
Oh,
I
yeah, I
think so
guess.
for sure. Yeah.
Why
You
not?
think they're gonna bring back the trees? Start reselling those, or make them
they'll probably come out with new kits.
Yeah. Please come out with new kits. Please.
You know. Yeah. New kits are always good. But
Oh
with
yeah,
new
I guess.
terrain rules, I would say so. And they'll obviously keep like existing stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be cool to see what that's all about. So.
What's everyone working on?
Oh, I just finished that character and I'm starting to open up the repulsor.
I am working on the void shield generator. I'm putting on some minor details like buttons and fuel gauges and like the guy that's half dead mechanicum on the bottom kind of rotted away and he's attached by cords and all that stuff. Pretty cool actually. But
he might be a firstborn, because isn't that what the captain for the new box set has on his shield?
Throw him on a shield or throw him on a banner, one of the two.
Yeah.
That's right.
What do you do with your old Space Marine?
Yeah, we recycle them.
I laughed because there's been all those memes, right, of the firstborn, where there's like, oh, what do you do with your old Space Marines? And then there's like a statue of the one captain, just painted gray.
Yeah, painted gray or gold with the statue.
That's funny.
I'm doing sandbags out of gray stuff.
Oh, okay. Modeling them for your Imperial Guard tanks?
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow, that's funny because one of the other guys I know, he was saying that's kind of the same thing he was going to do for his Death Corps of Krieg. So interesting.
Surprised we didn't actually. We ended up just doing an audio only, but I set up my whole table to showcase the whole thing.
We'll get pictures, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can send some pictures over for sure. And if anyone asks, I can tell them exactly how I did it.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
Definitely. You know, one thing I haven't really worked with for /basing /terrain is water effects.
Oh, like the PVA, water
Yeah,
effects, resin stuff.
there's stuff that
Yeah.
you can get up there for, right? I've had a couple guys actually ask me if I have used it, because they're, again, thinking of trying to make, like, you know, muddy looking water filled bases kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an interesting one. I might have to experiment with that. You know, make like a trench kind of thing with some water in it, you know. But in time, a lot more other pressing projects before that.
There's so much stuff happening, man, right now. It's crazy.
Yeah. But once 9th comes out, we all know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna
Wham.
get divorced.
Yeah. Hey, I got a hobby room. We can stay in there.
I have a hobby room too. We can stay in mine too.
You're just farther to work though.
Closer to my work.
You're on your own. Oh man.
So what, for the Marine armies, do you think is going to be like a super hot unit for 9th with all the stuff that you've seen out there?
Those bikes.
Bikes, yeah.
Those bikes are gonna be insane.
Think so? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just the stats. T5, 4 wounds. Possible, I think it was up to 5 attacks, like on the charge.
Well, they have 2 attacks, but they're Primaris Marines. So did they ever confirm that the chain axes are going to be like +1 strength?
I haven't read anything about that yet, but the chainsword, like I think you get 1 attack from the chainsword as well.
Yeah, so it's 3, 4, and then
yeah, shock assault.
Shock assault, yeah.
So it's just
Interesting.
It sounds pretty legit, especially if it's on a bike that can move probably
14, I'm guessing.
Yeah, 14 inches or so. That's pretty legit.
And then there's the
Mario Kart?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. The go-kart.
ATV, yeah.
Everybody loves.
I think people love memeing it more than the actual model itself. Because I've seen like...
You're probably right, Dan. You're probably right.
I've seen Halo. I've seen lots of Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Batman. Batman. Lots of Batman.
That was the first thing that popped in my head when I seen it. It was like the Batmobile kind of thing, right? It's like, oh, that could have been better. But yeah, Mario Brothers. You've seen that stuff, the Mario Kart, all over the place, right? Just funny as heck. Gotta love the internet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to rolling dice actively again. Like I know recently we started and finished filming our Noob Lord stuff, and that was actually really nice just to roll dice again. Like that was felt normal.
A little rusty, but yeah, definitely. And the thing too is like, you know, 8th was out for a while now, and like myself, you know, when it first came out, I played into it, right? Like I know we were heavy into Heresy at the time, but I also got started into 8th and I was playing Nids.
Mm-hmm.
And then it stopped, and we really concentrated on Heresy. And right at the tail end of it here, we kind of decided to start a play again, jump back in. And the nice thing is like, you know, the rules are still there, and there's still stuff that I'm going to learn. But with 9th coming out, it's going to be nice to actually play with the buddies in the community and learn this stuff together and see all the new stuff happening and how it works and how your armies are going to, you know, build into this stuff. And yeah, there's going to be people out there that are just going to completely, destroy me on the field. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting times. New stuff to pump out,
Mhm.
to roll dice on, and just exciting.
I think even locally, like there's a lot of people working on new stuff. So looking forward to getting back into the swing of things and checking out people's new armies and bringing your new army out and showing what it can do. And I definitely think there's going to be some pretty heavy power armor in the first little bit, but once those codexes start dropping, I think you'll start to see people really embrace the Xeno.
Well, that happened with the 8th drop, right?
Yeah.
How many people played Death Guard and Space Marines for the first 4 or 5 months?
Oh, it was hardcore.
Yeah.
It was hardcore.
Because I know you got a Death Guard army right out of the get-go,
right out of the gate, yeah.
Well, because there was so many more Death Guard armies being sold on our local swap and shop.
Yes, there was. It was some pretty good deals to be had. I'll say that.
I think there still is.
Yeah.
They still show up, yeah. Necrons will be the next ones, right?
Yeah.
Oh, once this drops, yeah.
Yeah, eventually. Give it a year, you won't even be able to give them away. Everyone will be like, no, God, I got 3 sets in the closet. I don't want those. You're like, come on, they're beautiful. Get out of here. Stop trying to rope me in.
The hero of it all is going to be the guy who's going to be posting, so I got the Primaris side of things to trade, and watch just everybody just go right after it, right?
Yeah.
Guys who just want the Primaris portion of it. So, I don't know. I think in our group, everybody wants the Primaris stuff. So
I think it's because we have this huge heresy background that we like Space Marines so much.
Yeah, well, it definitely helps. For sure.
Space Marines, man.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, I know not everybody loves Space Marines, but if you played 40K at any point in time, Space Marines were the go-to figurehead, So
it didn't help that the last Astartes video came out last winter.
Yeah, talk about an awesome series on YouTube. I was very pleased that he got his account back when it was hijacked from him.
Oh, I didn't even actually hear that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he got hijacked, and people were like, "Don't watch it.
Yeah.
You're only giving money to the whoever stole
thief,
it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It was a huge thing. It was a good win that he got it back though. So.
He deserves it. That's an awesome. I don't know if it's a group of guys or just one guy doing it in his basement. I don't know, but what he's doing is super impressive.
Yeah, definitely.
The stuff he's doing is better than some movies I've seen. I realize he's only doing short 30-second clips, but still.
No, but sometimes that's all it takes, right? It's just these small little clips. There's a lot of really skilled artists out there that it's amazing what they do with what they got. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, world, check this out. And everybody's in love with it. Right? And that's basically the way it works. That's the way it works. So.
Because what was the one that was coming out before?
Inquisitor?
Yeah, Inquisitor, which was supposed to happen a long time ago.
Or Death and was it Death and Hope? What's that one?
I think it was Death and Hope or Death of Hope.
Death of Hope, yeah. And that's still extremely well done.
Yes.
Different styles for sure. That Death of Hope definitely has that gritty 30K heresy feel that we all kind of know and love, and the newest one was a very very different but clean. Yeah, it felt very clean, but still had that grim, dark feel to it.
Yeah,
so.
that's savage, dark. Yeah.
Yeah, the Hope has a lot of intricate pieces of animation in it, right? From
Mhm.
like their armor and all that jazz, right? Which blows my mind. Like how many hours they put into making that,
Well, just the one scene on Monarchia, right?
Yeah.
Monarchia.
Yeah.
Well, you're looking at all the word bearers, and like all of them have different armor pieces and stuff on.
Yeah. Oh man,
Sure.
that always makes me laugh.
Just the way how he said it.
It's just it's always in the story, right? Logar's getting confronted. Is this about Monarchia? It was always about Monarchia. Just so sad, so heartbroken. I'm like, oh god. Oh, it's like so good. Yeah.
Poor Logar.
Yeah, Perfect says he wasn't so perfect. Okay, just move on.
Well,
So, no, that was pretty good. It was a nice little jam session and just hanging out, getting some models built, and just shooting the breeze. And obviously, anyone listening, if you have questions, comments, maybe even a topic you want us to talk about, just fire away. This is something new that we want to try and start expanding the podcast. I guess topics and just general talk.
Yeah.
So
And
let's
if
just
you've
build
made
our
it this
stuff.
far, you guys are champions. Just listening to us just ramble on about
Drone on about
Warhammer.
ninth, yeah. Yeah. If you
and everything else that comes, yeah.
If you
Give
made it this
yourself a pat on the
far,
back.
yeah, pat your back, buy yourself a beer, tell yourself it's from me. There you go. Drink up, champ. You deserve it. Awesome.
Good stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
excellent.
we got all the the fixins, Facebook, Instagram. We're on YouTube, obviously.
Yeah.
And we do have merch. And if you guys want to purchase that, we'll put the link in.
Yeah.
We'll put the link in for all of it, Instagram, Facebook, and stuff. So check us out.
Exactly. And while you're reading that description, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because you'll get entered into a draw later on. We're gonna be actually talking about that pretty soon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Awesome.
Right
Catch you guys later.
Bye.
See you guys.